Peace be upon you. Do you know the follower of the channel? Our topic today is about the question, why don't countries print money? Why don't most of them print and solve the problem of poverty and debt? Perhaps this is one of the most frivolous questions that cross our minds when we think about the financial system in the country. As long as the state has the authority and has a money printer or prints in other countries, why doesn't it print money? Why doesn't it print a lot of money, especially since the cost of printing is much less than the value of the legal banknote? The answer is simple, because this will lead to economic destruction and collapse. Take this unscientific explanation as a joke, for example. Why do you work? In order to get money that helps you in your life, let's assume you are a school teacher, or a doctor, or a lawyer, or a businessman. You have a private company. At the end of the month, you get an income that you spend on yourself and your family. You buy vegetables, fruits, and bread for food. You fix your car and the air conditioner in your house. You cut your hair, and so on. And you pay each person the value of his work, who in turn takes this money and spends it in the economy, because in the end he is a human like you and has commitments like you. Why doesn't the state print more money and we all become rich? Because if you became a billionaire and you have a mountain of money, you won't find anyone to plant vegetables, nor to transport them, nor to sell them to you. You won't find anyone to fix your car, nor to cut your hair, because everyone is rich, became a billionaire, and doesn't need the work that generates money, hence life stops. This is a non-scientific interpretation. The scientific interpretation is compression, specifically compression. The diver. On what basis does the state print money? Meaning, how does the state determine how much it should print and inflate money? In the past, it was required of the central bank, which is a state-owned bank that manages the currency, to have enough gold reserves, in return for which it prints currency equal in value to this gold. Over time, this system was no longer in use, and today, central banks not only hold gold reserves, but also foreign currencies and bonds, among other things, which cover any currency issuance. But the state is not only committed to this cover, it greatly exceeds it. What keeps the currency its legal value is the state's prestige and its power in the economy and the world, through military presence and bases everywhere. I will explain to you with more examples. A $100 bill does not necessarily mean that the American Central Bank has assets, meaning gold or bonds or currencies equal to its value of $100. From here, the state determines how much money to print in order to maintain a certain value or purchasing power or a specific exchange rate, and does not print more or less than that. All of this is normal when printing new money to replace the worn-out ones, and it has no inflationary effect as long as it is exactly the same amount. But what if the state printed too much without a backup? When the state's budget is in deficit, meaning its expenses are more than its revenues, there are several solutions to get rid of the deficit. The easiest and most dangerous solution is what is known as deficit financing, which is printing money equivalent to the deficit and injecting it into the economy. As we said, inflation occurs, which is a result of an increase in the supply of money in the economy. That is, an increase in the amount available of it. Consequently, more money, as paper, becomes available in people's hands, but with the same previous value, and therefore sellers demand more money, as paper, but with the same previous value, to meet the sale of the same goods. Let's say the inflation rate in a country has increased, and the actual value of 1,000 of the currency has become 800. This means that the goods you used to buy for 800, you now buy for 1,000. If the inflation equations were crazy, you would find yourself paying theoretically huge amounts, and that's not because of the increase in the price of goods, but because of the decrease in the value of your currency. Finally, what does life look like under rampant inflation? Search Google images for rampant inflation. How about a German lady burning banknotes? Because that would give her more heat than if she bought firewood. You will also see how children play with stacks of currency, and you will witness people throwing banknotes on the road and neglecting them because keeping them costs more than their value. You will see that Zimbabwe has issued very large denominations of currency because the price of an egg, for example, has become billions, and you need a truckload of money to buy an egg. Whereas issuing a large denomination of a single note will help with this matter. So do you still want to become rich? But on the condition that everyone becomes like you. If you like today's topic from the channel Did You Know? Don't be stingy with likes and subscriptions. You can also follow our videos. Previous